Hello, and welcome to today's presentation on ABC's 2023 STEP Safety Management System. Founded in 1989 as a safety benchmarking and improvement tool, STEP has evolved into a safety management system that helps companies measure, strengthen, and build industry-leading health and safety cultures and programs. During our time together, we'll be going step by step through the submission process and show you just how easy it is to get started and begin your journey on the path to health and safety excellence. Before getting started, take a moment to gather all materials listed on this pre-submission checklist. While you can always save your progress and continue where you left off later, having this information handy when you begin will streamline the process and make filling out the online forms a breeze, enabling you to complete it in as little as 20 to 30 minutes. The first item on this list is your company's full name as it appears in the national database. Next, you'll need to know your Contract North American Industry Classification System code, commonly referred to as your NAICS code. If you're not sure what your NAICS code is, a full list of these codes along with descriptions is available for download at step.abc.org. Next, take a moment to look up and jot down your company's total annual volume for work in place. This is an aggregate value in dollars of any work performed, planned, or put in place during the previous year. Feel free to round this off to the nearest millionth or 100,000th, but please be sure to write out the entire number. For example, $1 million should be written as the number 1 followed by 6 zeros. You'll also want to make note of the workers' compensation insurance carriers your company currently uses. Your experience modification rating, or EMR for short, as of January 1st of this year, can be obtained from this insurance provider if you aren't sure what this number is. Visiting drugfreeconstruction.org and signing the Construction Coalition for a Drug and Alcohol-Free Workplace pledge is the next thing you want to take care of if you haven't already done so. This pledge only has to be made one time and will not need to be renewed on a yearly basis. Similarly, the Construction Industry Alliance for Suicide Prevention, or CIASP pledge, can be signed in preventconstructionsuicide.com. While this commitment is optional, unlike the Drug and Alcohol Free pledge, we highly recommend you take 2 or 3 minutes to go ahead and sign it, as it is a requirement within the Total Human Health Key component to earn the maximum number of points. Your previous year's OSHA Form 300A is a document annually submitted to OSHA and must be uploaded along with your safety performance data. This is a requirement for all companies with the exception of those with fewer than 10 employees. And finally, we highly recommend printing out a copy of the Key Components PDF from the home page and completing the self-assessment on paper so you can quickly fill in the boxes for each score online. We found that it's much easier to accurately assess the state of a safety program's policies, procedures, and initiatives when a group of colleagues form a committee and come together to review and score themselves collectively as a group. Once you've checked off the last item on the list, you're ready to get started with the online submission process. The first thing you'll want to do is head over to the online portal at step.abc.org. On this page, you'll be able to start a new data submission, continue a pre-existing submission, and download a collection of supporting documents that will assist you along the way. These include, among others, a PDF of frequently asked questions explaining how step levels are determined, a full list of NAICS codes and their descriptions, and a complete overview of the 26 key components along with instructions on how to score each section of the self-assessment. When you're ready, click the I'm Not a Robot checkbox, and then click on the blue button in the middle of the page that says New Submission. Type your company name into the search box, click the blue Search button, and select your company in the list when it populates. If you've joined ABC within the past 30 days, your company may not show up in the search results. You can request to be added to the STEP database by clicking the link that reads, quote, this form, unquote, above the search box and filling out the required information. On this page, you'll be asked to supply a primary contact for all STEP communications, including submission review and confirmation emails. In the box to the right, scroll down the list and click on your NAICS code. If you have not yet signed the drug and alcohol free pledge as noted earlier in the pre-submission checklist, please take the time to do so before continuing. A direct link to drugfreeconstruction.org is accessible by clicking on the word Here. Click Continue when you're ready to proceed. At the top of this page, you'll have the option to either declare whether the data submitted going forward represents the entire company or if it only reflects certain locations or divisions within the corporate structure. For most companies, it is recommended to select the Represents Entire Company option as opposed to filling out separate step submissions for different locations. If you aren't sure which selection to choose, please contact ABC National to clear up any questions you might have. Next, fill out the total annual volume and insurance provider information you gathered earlier on the pre-submission checklist. At this point, you may find yourself wondering what this next question is asking. Most general contractors have a pre-qualification process for potential bidders. This covers everything about the bidder to determine if the company should be invited to bid on a project. For the safety portion of the pre-qualification process, we encourage members to use the key components of STEP. The next section asks you to estimate the percentage of work done by the type of work, distance from headquarters, and self-performed versus subcontracted work. You can round these numbers off to the nearest 5 or 10%, but they must add up to 100% in each category to move on. Click Continue when you're ready. On this page, you'll be asked to answer questions regarding your safety performance data from the previous year. For boxes A through H, copy the numbers from your previous year's OSHA Form 300A. Please take a moment to double check your answers to catch and correct any typos. The questions directly to the right regarding OSHA citations is publicly available information that can be accessed from OSHA's website. If you need to look up your company's OSHA history to answer these 5 questions, there will be a resource page at the end of this presentation which includes a link to OSHA's establishment search page. Enter your experience modification rating that should already be on hand from the pre-submission checklist and answer the last few questions on this page. If your company has 10 or more employees, you are required to upload a copy of your previous year's OSHA Form 300A. Click Choose File and navigate to the file on your computer to upload it. Confirm that all the information is correct on this page, and then click Continue. A prompt will now ask if you'd like to save the submission as first step or continue on to normal step. Newcomers to STEP have the option to complete only the information covered up to this point by saving and submitting your data to become a first step company. For those still learning about the key components and how they fit into your existing safety program, taking the first step shows a commitment that ABC will continue to recognize and support each leg of the journey towards building a health and safety culture to be proud of. Although first step submissions are not scored and do not receive a step level or certificate upon completion, you can pick up where you left off at any time by logging back in through the online portal should you decide you're ready to complete the key components section. For everyone else, if you are ready to move on, complete the last few pages, and receive your step level, click Continue to World-Class Safety. Here you'll be asked a series of questions related to your safety training data. While this section is not scored, the data is extremely important and plays a major role in developing ABC's annual Safety Performance Report. Please answer these questions to the best of your knowledge, and then click Continue. This leads us to the final scored section of the data submission process and reveals the secret sauce behind what makes STEP an industry-leading safety management system and benchmarking tool. The 26 key components serve as a comprehensive guide that give your company the tools to measure, strengthen, and build a quality safety program. This list includes best practices, policies, and leading indicators that are proven to help lower TRIR, DART, and EMR. The full PDF can be downloaded at step.abc.org. We recommend printing out a copy of that document, forming a group or committee to review and rate your program's current state within each component, and then writing down the scores in advance so you're ready to quickly fill out this page when it comes time. To move on, click the drop-down box next to a key component and select the corresponding score you've given to each one. Once every key component has been assigned a score value, click the checkbox that says you have read and understand the requirements and instructions, then click Continue. This page is completely optional. If you have supporting documents you wish to include that further define your health and safety culture in a way that hasn't been covered by any previous questions, click one of the Choose File buttons and upload any file of your choice. For example, Many contractors like to include copies of their OSHA logs from the previous 5 years in case a manual review is needed to cross-check the data we have on file. If you have more than 3 documents to attach, please combine the additional files into one so that you're able to upload everything using no more than 3 attachment slots. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us if you need assistance with any of this. Click Continue when you're ready to move on. This is another optional page that only appears if ABC's national database is missing data from your previous years. If this page comes up for you, please take a moment to fill in all the required fields from each year noted, as doing so could be the difference that boosts your company up to a higher step level. When you're ready to move on, click Continue. On this page, simply enter the name, email address, and title of the company executive who will serve as the authorizing signature for the submission of this data. This person is usually the highest ranking officer, typically the CEO or president. Click Continue when you're ready to move on to the last step. Congratulations! You've just completed the step data submission. But wait, there's still one last part to the process. Your provisional step level has been calculated and can be viewed at the top of the page. Your submission is still subject to review by ABC National and must be verified before it becomes official. Be on the lookout for a confirmation email in the coming days, which will include your final step level, as well as information on various other ABC awards and recognition programs your STEP participation qualifies you for. At the bottom of this page, you're given the option to request a number of printed certificates you'd like to have provided by each of your chapters. Please note that this is only a request, and ABC National cannot guarantee its fulfillment. We encourage you to reach out to your local chapters to find out more information on ordering physical copies of your STEP certificate. You also now have the ability to opt out of public recognition altogether if you so choose, by unchecking the chapter recognition box. Opting out does not invalidate your STEP status or prevent you from downloading a digital copy of your certificate. It will, however, alert ABC National and all affiliated chapters to refrain from acknowledging your company and step level publicly, online, or in print. This box is checked by default, so no action is required if you want to stay opt-in. Click Continue to finalize your submission. And with that, your STEP journey has officially begun. Welcome to the all-new STEP dashboard. Upon submitting your data, you'll land here for the first time where you can review your responses, identify areas for improvement, access resources to expand your knowledge base, plus other features and tools designed to improve your ongoing STEP experience. The dashboard is accessible at any time using the unique password that was generated and emailed to you when the submission process first began. Don't worry if you don't know your password. The confirmation email you'll receive once your STEP status has been reviewed and verified by ABC National will contain that password, along with instructions on how to log back into this dashboard. A digital copy of your STEP certificate will be available to download at any time on demand after you've received your final confirmation email congratulating you for your STEP participation. Simply click the image of the certificate in the bottom left corner and a PDF will begin downloading directly to your computer. The websites listed here include the STEP homepage and data submission portal at the top, followed by links to the most commonly referenced support documents, which include answers to frequently asked questions, the 2023 NAICS codes list with their descriptions and maximum allowable incident rates for each step level, and the detailed contractor key components PDF. The link at the bottom directs you to OSHA's establishment search website, where you can search for any company's OSHA enforcement inspections history over a specified range of time, along with a summary of their results. The next three represent some of the construction industry's most prestigious awards and recognitions which STEP could make you eligible for, including ABC's National Safety Excellence Awards, the Accredited Quality Contractor Credential, and ABC's Top Performers Recognition. Companies that pursue these accolades generally find themselves standing out from the competition through increased promotion, widespread media coverage, and other opportunities that just drive more business in general. Embarking on your safety journey with STEP is just the beginning of great things to come. as the road to top performers begins right here. That concludes this presentation on the 2023 step-by-step submission process. We thank you for dedicating time to be here with us today, and more importantly, for your commitment to the well-being of all workers within our industry. Whether you're just getting started or have years of experience using the STEP safety management system, we give you our full support and best wishes in your continued efforts to measure, strengthen, and build health and safety programs that cultivate innovation and success. Please do not hesitate to reach out to ABC's safety team if you have questions, need any guidance, or simply want to share your safety success stories with us.